My name is Leela. I always believed I led an ordinary life, nestled within the arms of my adoptive parents in the small town of Maplewood. But on one fateful afternoon, this illusion came crashing down. While rummaging through the attic, seeking memories from my childhood, I stumbled upon a well-hidden box. Curiosity drove me to peek inside, and to my astonishment, it was filled with haphazardly stacked letters. One caught my eye immediately. It was hastily written and smelled faintly of old roses. To the person who discovers this, it's crucial you know the truth about Leela's adoption. The name signed at the bottom was Clara. Frantically, I scanned the other letters. Talks of hidden payments, mentions of veiled threats, and constant allusions to a man called Mr. Harmon. But what shook me to the core was a desperate plea from Clara. I was promised Leela would be safe, but now I fear for her. Someone must know. With my heart pounding in my chest, I made my way downstairs, clutching the letters. "What is this?" I demanded, confronting my parents. My mother's face went ashen, her eyes darting to my father. "Where did you find those, Leela?" my father asked, avoiding my gaze. "In the attic," I replied, my voice shaking with anger. "Who is Clara? Why did she fear for me?" My mother swallowed hard, her eyes filled with tears. It's a complicated story." Did you know? Did you know about the payments, the threats, and Mr. Harmon?" I pressed, seeking clarity. Neither of them spoke. Their silence spoke volumes, amplifying my doubts. "I deserve to know the truth," I whispered, a determined edge to my voice. "And I intend to find out." The room was thick with tension, my parents' evasiveness only fueling my newfound determination. The quest for truth was just beginning. With determination coursing through my veins, I, Leela, started my investigation at the very place that was the crux of all the secrets: the Maplewood Adoption Agency. Stepping into the dimly lit hallway of the agency, an oppressive atmosphere greeted me. Pictures of smiling children lined the walls, a stark contrast to the cold reception I received. "Can I help you?" A woman with a tight bun and sharper eyes questioned. "I'm here to seek information about my adoption," I replied evenly, trying to maintain composure. She eyed me skeptically. "Our records are confidential. Only parents or legal guardians can access them." "I believe there's been a grave error," I pressed on, feeling frustration build. "My name is Leela, and there are letters that suggest malpractices linked to this agency." A shadow crossed her face. "I'm afraid I can't help you." Determined not to leave empty-handed, I persisted, "Is there anyone else I could speak to?" She hesitated, then scribbled down a name on a piece of paper. "Mr. Harmon," she whispered, looking around nervously. Feeling a cold chill at the mention of the name, I realized direct confrontation might not yield results. I decided to employ professional help. A friend recommended Alex, a private investigator known for his expertise in unraveling mysteries. Meeting Alex in a secluded cafe, I briefed him about the situation. He listened intently, his sharp eyes analyzing every detail. "I've come across a few cases linked to adoption malpractices," he began, "but this seems to be more twisted." Over the next few weeks, Alex dug deep, using his extensive network. One evening, in the confines of his dimly lit office, he shared a revelation. "The Maplewood Adoption Agency is just a front," he said gravely. "They're connected to a black market ring. They don't just facilitate adoptions. They sell children to the highest bidder." Horror washed over me. "And Mr. Harmon?" "The puppet master," Alex replied. I took a moment to process. What now? Alex slid an envelope towards me. "This is the address of Clara, your biological mother." Determination renewed, I decided to confront the past, heading to Clara's place, hoping she held the key to unraveling the entire nefarious network. The sun was setting as I, Leela, arrived at the modest house listed in the envelope. Taking a deep breath, I knocked on the door. A few moments passed before it opened to reveal a woman with familiar eyes, eyes that mirrored mine. "Clara." "Leela," she whispered, her voice quivering. I nodded, unable to speak. The emotional weight of the moment rendered us both speechless. We shared a long, tearful embrace, a lifetime of separation momentarily bridged. Finally breaking the silence, I said, "I found letters, Clara. They led me here." Sitting down, her hands trembling, she began recounting her harrowing tale. "When I was younger, I fell on hard times. Financial constraints made it impossible for me to raise a child. That's when Mr. Harmon approached me. He seemed like a savior, promising a better life for you with a loving family. She paused, her face contorting with pain. But after signing the papers, I heard rumors. Maplewood Adoption Agency wasn't just finding homes for children. They were selling them. Anger surged through me. And Mr. Harmon. He was the mastermind, Clara whispered. When I tried confronting him, he threatened me. Threatened to harm you if I spoke out. So, you just let me go? I asked, trying to keep the bitterness from my voice. Tears flowed freely down Clara's face. I thought I was doing the right thing. He made me believe it was for your safety. I've lived every day with the guilt, praying you were okay. Drawing strength from the revelations, my resolve solidified. He's still out there, Clara, and he might be doing this to others. We need to stop him, Clara said, determination evident in her voice. We will, I assured her, my spirit alight with purpose. Mr. Harmon will pay for every life he's disrupted, every family he's torn apart. As night enveloped the house, two souls, once separated by fate, united in purpose, preparing to confront the looming darkness and bring justice to the fore. The storm clouds of justice were gathering over Maplewood, and at its center was the unyielding duo, Leela and Clara. We were not alone. With Alex's sharp acumen and my adoptive parents' knowledge, albeit provided hesitantly, the pieces of the puzzle were aligning. I've got a plan, I announced one evening in Alex's office, but it will require everyone's involvement. Alex leaned forward. What do you have in mind? We invite Mr. Harmon to a reunion, under the pretense of wanting to reconcile, understand our past, and find peace. Clara looked puzzled, but why would he come? We play on his arrogance, his belief that he's untouchable, I responded. With the plan in motion, we rented a lavish venue, portraying it as a gesture of goodwill. Alex had the place wired. Every word would be captured. The night arrived. The dimly lit hall echoed with tension. A knock resounded, and in strode Mr. Harmon, confidence oozing with every step. Leela, he greeted with a smirk. I never thought I'd see the day. And yet, here we are, I responded, maintaining a veneer of calm. A lavish meal ensued, filled with veiled barbs and fake pleasantries. But as dessert was served, the real confrontation began. You know, Leela, Mr. Harmon started, leaning in, I always admired your spirit. Even as a child, you had fire. Why did you do it? I questioned, my voice steady. Money, power, influence. Why does anyone do anything? He laughed. And people like Clara, so easy to manipulate. Clara's eyes burned with anger, but she remained silent. And what if I told you your empire is about to crumble? I whispered, leaning closer. He scoffed. You think you can threaten me? With a nod, I signaled Alex, who played back Mr. Harmon's earlier confession. His face drained of color. Got you, I whispered triumphantly. The aftermath was swift. Mr. Harmon was arrested, and the sordid underbelly of Maplewood Adoption Agency was exposed. News channels were abuzz with the scandal, and justice was meted out to all involved. The curtains closed on this harrowing chapter of my life. Reconnecting with my biological mother, Clara brought solace and understanding. My adoptive parents, though part of the deceit, tried making amends. As for me, Leela, I found peace in knowing that my story would serve as a beacon, ensuring that no child would ever become a pawn in such sinister games again.